for his work as an accomplished performer, jazz film documentarian, composer, conductor, and historian, and his commitment to jazz education. Dr. James Hardy Patterson is an institution. He loves Atlanta, and he's given so much to Atlanta and helped us here in Atlanta to uplift and make jazz a part of our lives here in the city of Atlanta. And it was an honor and a privilege to give the proclamation to him today. It was signed by myself and all 15 members of council. And we certainly want to recognize people. We want to give them their flowers while they do. And his are overdue. We should have been proclaiming him a long time ago, but now at this festival, at this time, I think is even more appropriate that he can be with other musicians and be around the spirit and the movement of jazz around him and in the air. And I think he really appreciated it. We certainly miss coming together. We certainly miss our jazz festival, something that we look forward to every year, sort of a rite of passage for summer. But you know, the fall, this going into the fall, it's not bad, it's not as hot, but people are coming out and able to social distance and enjoy good jazz music and fellowship with family and friends and hear the great sounds of jazz. Jazz history means a lot to Atlanta. There are many things that the city builds on, and you think about what brings people to Atlanta, and jazz, and particularly all of the jazz festivals that we have, they bring visitors in from other places. And when people come, some of them want to stay because of the music. I know music brought me to Atlanta. And then some people, you know, they come and they want to continue to visit. And of course that helps our revenue, it helps our city, and it certainly helps Atlanta's brand.
We're out here for our first official kickoff with our partners HelloFresh, Second Helpings Atlanta, and Pratt Industries as we kick off their Meals with Meaning program. Their HelloFresh nationally is going to give away over 60,000 meals a month. Here in Atlanta, we're going to be doing 800 meal kits a week. Now that ends up being about 8,000 meals because there are 2 meals for a family of 4 in each kit. So every Wednesday for the next calendar year, we're going to be distributing food to folks who need it. So folks who are in a food desert, if you've been adversely affected by COVID-19, if you're struggling to feed your family, or you know, if you just need some additional help this week, come by. We'll make sure that you get a meal and make sure that we help ameliorate some of those problems in your home.
Today we're here in Northwest Atlanta to say goodbye to this old eyesore that has been plaguing this community for over a decade. Sierra Ridge was a drug haven, drug-infested parcel of land right here at 3202 Delmar Lane. So community members gathered here today because this is the beginning of the rehabilitation and renovation of Sierra Ridge. Over 10 years ago, there were over 300 code enforcement violations, over 300 calls to 911, and we knew that we had to do something about it. It is very important that they have a safe, sanitary environment. We will be working with the owners of this property and the developers to make sure that the quality of life for all residents exists in Northwest Atlanta.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of Stay at Home Connect. I'm Phyllis Jackson. Hospitalizations growing across the nation as the COVID-19 surge continues. The CDC says nearly 40% of those hospitalizations are concentrated in Florida, Louisiana, and here in Georgia. Encouraging news as COVID-19 vaccinations are also seeing an increase in Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Mississippi. Pharmaceutical company Moderna says a third shot of the COVID-19 vaccine will be needed as we head into winter. The company says the existing vaccine loses some of its effectiveness after about 6 months. The CDC is working with the FDA on a vaccine booster plan that could kick off next month. United Airlines mandates COVID-19 vaccines for all of its employees. United becomes the first major airline to implement the mandate. Amazon and Lyft, among several companies, opting not to reopen their offices until 2022. Google, Microsoft, and Uber are looking to reopen its offices in October of this year.
We are here at Greenbrier Mall for our Community Wellness and Empower Day. And what that means is we're giving out vaccine shots. Walgreens is here. Wellness is everything. We know that right now everyone needs to be vaccinated. The COVID vaccination is here. When we're talking about empower, we have resources here for not just children, but for the adults. We have fresh produce because the Fulton County, partnered up with Chairman Pitts. And so the Fulton County is here with their fresh produce truck. The library is here, Fulton County Library. Those resources are here. Children are loving that I am giving out book bags. Our city solicitor donated book bags. We have another restaurant around here, Area 4, they've donated book bags, and my office has donated hundreds of book bags. And these book bags are full. We have a lot going on because District 11 is really getting ready to be empowered and well, and that's what today is about.
Today we're here in Northwest Atlanta to say goodbye to this old eyesore that has been plaguing this community for over a decade. Sierra Ridge was a drug haven, drug-infested parcel of land right here at 3202 Delmar Lane. So community members gathered here today because this is the beginning of the rehabilitation and renovation of Sierra Ridge. Over 10 years ago, there were over 300 code enforcement violations, over 300 calls to 911, and we knew that we had to do something about it. It is very important that they have a safe, sanitary environment. We will be working with the owners of this property and the developers to make sure that the quality of life for all residents exists in Northwest Atlanta.
Morning. Good morning, Chair. All right, I guess I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. I'm CARLA Smith. I'm the Vice Chair of the Zoning Committee. I'll be running the meeting today, and I want to welcome everyone that's here. Ms. Lindo, if you do a roll call.
Yes, Madam Chair. We have, of course, Councilmember CARLA Smith.
Here.
We have Councilmember Amir Faroki. We have Councilmember Andrea Dickens.
Here.
Councilmember Cleta Winslow. Councilmember Howard Shook.
Aye.
Councilmember Marcy Collier Overstreet.
Present.
Councilmember Andrea Boone.
Present.
Madam Chair, we do have a quorum of members present.
Excellent, thank you. And if Ms. Lindo, if you'll read our remote meeting statement, please.
Oh, yes, Madam Chair. We also have with us Kieta Holmes, the Director of the Office of Zoning and Development. Thank you. Good morning. Today's Zoning Committee meeting will be conducted remotely as advertised and in accordance with Georgia Code Section 50-14-1. The meeting will be conducted in conformance with Robert Rules of Order and the Rules of Council as authorized by the City Code. The public may access the meeting conference bridge toll-free by dialing 877-579-6743 and entering conference ID number 831-599-1256. This information was also provided on the Friday, September 10, 2021 public meeting notice. The public may also view the meeting on Channel 26, the Council's homepage at citycouncil.atlantis.ga.gov, Facebook and Twitter pages at ATL Council, and the Council's YouTube channel. Today's meeting agenda was also published and made available on Friday, September 10th via the city's website at atlantiscityga.iqm2.com. In addition, the public is able to submit comments unrelated to zoning items that have or will go before the Zoning Review Board via voicemail at 404-330-6035 yesterday between the hours of 4 and 7 p.m. These comments will be played during the public comment portion of this meeting. All persons present on the remote council meeting conference bridge are requested to mute your phones and speakers. Meeting participants wishing to speak must be acknowledged by the committee chair. Thank you all in advance for your cooperation.
Thank you, Ms. Lindo. Now we are to the adoption of the agenda. One of y'all that are not on, make a motion to approve, and then someone seconds it, please. All right, I'll make the motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Overstreet, second.
Thank you. Let's open the vote, Ms. Lindo.
The vote is open, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Dickens, what is your vote?
Yay.
Thank you. Ms. Boone, are you on the system or are you voice?
Yes. Voice voting.
Okay, so what is your vote, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you. And has Ms. Winslow come in? Okay. All right. It's back to you, Ms. Lindo. Oh, look. Looks like we have 5 yeas, 0 nays. The agenda has been adopted. Now, let's do approval of the minute. Someone want to put that motion?
I move approval of the minutes. Dickens.
Thank you. Ms. Overstreet, you want to second it?
Second, Overstreet.
Thank you. Ms. Boone, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. And I think that gets it. We have 5 yeas, 0 nays. The minutes are approved. Now we are to public comment. Ms. Lindo, please play 3 public comments, which totals 5 minutes and 8 seconds.
One moment, Madam Chair.
A soulful spiritual being every experience. Our goal just committed to ask to hear my voice. I'm very much concerned about the city of Atlanta. I'm a born person of Thomaston, Georgia. There's some rest money on my mind. environment that I was raised up in. We have family members, grandparents, and here. But I want to ask Caucasians, very judge, and surely the ones that live. We're living times that morality, transparency is something of an illusion, like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. We need your help, Caucasians. We need you ones in the 21st century that have awakened to the spirit, will to want to represent good for yourself and your fellow man. It's in your DNA, according to your ancient ancestors. Be one people with one leader to represent good on earth as above as below. So as the zoning committee, let's get this, call numbers, and let's collaborate for housing. Let's collaborate for the poor that is out of work due to the pandemic. You have many races, but the majority of people in this city are dark to you. And women and children are the number one without affordable housing. So I call on this committee, it's only to take initiative and ask mayor candidates, ask people what is it they can do for our people to have economic empowerment. I am from the Zone Muhammad, part of Nature Hotel. Assalamu alaikum. Our Caucasians from the state of Georgia. We need your help to speak to your families and your friends to encourage that our election allowance benefit the whole of the land, benefit the masses of people that are suffering more today than they have any other time in the 21st century. Let's have someone that be concerned about the least of those without economic empowerment. Let's have a mayor that be conscious for the needs for the poor. One of that nature of hotel Arsenal Lake.
Greetings, zoning committee council members and staff. A special greeting to you citizens and voters of paying attention to our good representatives in action. Ben Howard, senior advocate, public policy analyst. By September 30th of each year, bylaws of each neighborhood planning unit are due to be sent to the Department of City Planning. The Department of Planning puts its seal of approval on the bylaws, and those bylaws are supposed to be a guide for all in that NTU throughout the next year. Article 4, Section 4.2 of the NTUR bylaws states, each committee shall prepare a written report. Report shall be included as an addendum to the monthly NTU minutes. You will find no NTUR zoning committee report as an addendum to the monthly NTUR minutes. Zoning committee czar Renette L. Scott chooses not to adhere to that bylaw's mandate. So who is taking any action about this and other flagrant violations of the NTUR bylaws, resulting in lack of public trust and transparency? Not Marcy Collier Overstreet, the District 11 council member for NTUR, not Judge Shepard, the District 12 council member for NTUR, not Andre Dickens, supposedly at-large council member for NTUR, not the planning department, ever since Charlotta Wilson Jackson has moved up. And last but not least, don't expect any complaint about violations of NTUR bylaws by those who are too busy trying to thwart Ben Howard and Ron Secure than Edith Latipo in the person of Vice Chair Anthony Robinson, Clovis Clare, Ricardo Jacobs, Renette L. Scott, Albert White, Allison Hathaway, Cheryl Brown, Agent X, to be identified, Sherry Williams, and those behind the scenes NTUR 9 allied cohorts and supporters.
Madam Chair, that concludes the public comment.
Okay, thank you. That takes us to G, ordinances for first read. We'll read those in on September the 20th at the next meeting. So that takes us to H, ordinances for second read. Ms. Holmes, the Director of Zoning and Development, is with us this morning. So number 14, Ms. Holmes, take it away.
Good morning, council members. Good morning, council members. Item number 14, 20-1641, Z2059, a substitute ordinance by zoning committee to rezone from single-family residential to two-family residential conditional for property located at 910, 922, and 928 Lindbergh Drive Northeast. Staff and CRB recommendation approval conditional of the substitute. NPU recommendation denial.
Okay, it's been requested that we hold this, so do one of y'all want to make a motion to hold, or I can do it? Someone that's not on the system? Okay, Smith makes a motion to hold. Oh, there you go. Overstreet made the motion. Do we have a second? Can we get a second?
Second, Dickens.
Excellent.
Second, Dickens.
Thank you. Ms. Boone, how do you vote?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Vote open, Madam Chair.
Okay. I think we're just about done. There we go. We have 5 yeas, 0 nays. This paper is now held. Ms. Holmes, let's take 15 and 16 together as a block, please.
Item number 15, 2100483, Z2145, an ordinance by zoning committee to rezone from heavy industrial to two-family residential for property located at 1445 Carroll Drive Northwest. Staff, NPU, and ZRB recommendation approval. Item number 16, 2100615, Z2171, an ordinance by zoning committee to rezone from single-family residential to single-family residential for property located at 2239 Pryor Road Southwest. Staff recommendation denial, NP recommendation, no recommendation, ZRB recommendation approval.
Okay, this is approval on condition. Does someone want to make that motion?
Motion to approve on condition, Overstreet.
Second, Dickens.
Perfect. And Ms., how do you vote? Boone?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. And that brings us to, she's just about to close the vote.
Madam Chair, for clarification, these items are just favorable?
Yes, on condition. Or favorable, that's fine, favorable, yes. There we go. She's just about to close the vote. Hang on.
Madam Chair, the vote is closed, and we have 5 yeas, 0 nays for that item, just favorable.
So those 2 items are moving forward favorable. Now we need to take number 17, Ms. Holmes.
Item number 17, 2100391, U2109, an amended ordinance by zoning committee for a special use permit for outdoor displays or sales areas pursuant to 1634-0071K for property located at 1850 Howell Mill Road Northwest. Staff and DRB recommendation approval conditional, NP recommendation approval.
Okay, so this one is a favorable as amended. Ms. Overstreet, do you want to make that motion?
Favorable. I move to approve this condition as amended.
Thank you. Mr. Dickens, you want to second it?
Dickens, second.
Thank you. Ms. Boone, how do you vote?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
Madam Chair, the vote is open.
Okay. There we go. Looks like the vote is closed. We have 5 yeas, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, so that is moving forward favorably as amended. So now we are to number 18. Ms. Holmes.
Item number 18, 2100614, Z2170, an ordinance by zoning committee to rezone from single-family residential to single-family residential for property located at 2151 Fire Road Southwest. Staff and ZRB recommendation denial. MP recommendation no recommendation.
So this one is an adverse paper, Ms. Overstreet.
I move to adverse.
Mr. Dickens?
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Boone, how do you vote?
Yes.
Yes. The vote is open, Madam Chair.
Thank you. So it looks like, is it closed? Yes.
The vote is closed.
Thank you. We have 5 yeas on the adverse, 0 nays, 0 abstentions. So this paper will go forward as an adverse. We are to I, papers held in committee. Is there anything to bring before us from held, Ms. Holmes?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we are to the end of the agenda, and I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second, Overstreet.
Thank you. All right. I think that on unanimous consent, we can adjourn this meeting. Ms. Holmes, thank you. Ms. Lindo, thank you. And council members, thank you.
Take care.
Okay, bye. I'm hanging up.